In the current meta on T-side Nuke, all A executes basically use this nade set where you have the opera of the team come to the roof, and with the Windows shot, they're just going to aim a Molotov here, jump throw, and throw a flash, jump throw, right? The Molotov lands on backside, the flash pops here, it doesn't blind your entries, so it's a great flash to use to blind all of the heaven rotates or rafters, and just clear A site with. So all teams that you're going to watch, professional or lower level, should be using this nade set. What usually is different across the different executes that different teams run is what is the second support player doing. So you might have a player who's Molotoving the top of hut, or maybe they're going to Molotov Mustang, or maybe they're going to smoke Mustang and Molotov wider on Mustang. This is all specific to what team you're trying to counter. But today I'm going to discuss an idea that you can implement on a semi-professional, higher level team, which completely changes how you should do your A execute. And the way you're going to start it off is you're actually going to do a vent drop first. So your lobby player or whoever the support player is, they have to have a good spawn. They're just going to drop vents. They can use their own smoke, or they can have the teammate throw the smoke. They can do it as a rush, or they can do it as a delayed rush. But the idea is they're going to drop vents, and they'll do it in a way where the CTs have to respect it. The CTs should know that there's a vent drop and set up their rotations accordingly. Now, what does that mean? That means that if there's a CT outside player, they can't cheat towards secret because they don't know if there's a guy who's lurking around here, right? And then if there is the outside player going towards ramp or a ramp player, they're probably going to commit to B side because they are worried about like how many players are vents or what you're going to do off of it, right? So they won't push further than this. Now, the reason you're doing a vent drop first is you're applying pressure on the B site, which draws the rotates towards B, and then you're going to set up an A execute. And the way you're going to actually do it is the player who drops vents is going to be the support player. They're going to just stand right here. Don't get stuck on the ladder. You're just going to aim right there and just jump throw a Molotov, and you can also jump throw a flash. So the Molotov lands on hut. It burns all of hut. The flash pops right here, so it doesn't blind your teammates. Now, this is the second support util you can use on an A execute. But why should you throw it this way instead of having a guy here? Well, first of all, the guy who's in vents is much closer to the A side than the guy on roof. So this guy can actually be a part of the A execute. The second reason is, if you're usually in vents, you can be very comfortable that there isn't a CT in vents who's going to rotate up when you do an A execute. So oftentimes what happens if you do a mid-round A execute is, as you come up, there's a CT who just like tries to get up, try to fight you. So this guy basically is responsible for clearing that. The reason I really like this kind of strategy is because the utility makes so much sense. The guy who's going to be dropping vents, they usually use a smoke and an HE to drop vents. So what are they left with? They're left with their Molotov and flash. And that just is such good synergy with setting up an A execute. So basically, I would love to see some teams actually try this out where rather than going secret to vents and then try to pop on A, you actually set up an A execute with a vent drop first. So try it out in your EACA scrims or however you practice as a team, and let me know how it goes.